don't just win the World Matchplay. You can't flip the World Matchplay. It was me, Kevin to throw. He hit 25, and I went ball. And I went, you can go first, Kev. And he went berserk. Are you kidding me?
The media would be a big frenzy.
Yeah.
There's one match. Phil Taylor's finished. He's on the decline now. What did that feel like?
Laughable.
Welcome along to this very special edition of the Tungsten Talk here on the MODUS Super Series darts channel on Pluto TV. We are going to be looking at the World Matchplay, and to do that, who better than the 16-time World Matchplay champion, Phil the Power Taylor. Phil, there's not many better topics to talk about with you than the World Matchplay in Blackpool, somewhere that you kind of made your home, 16 titles, including in your final year. We probably won't have time to talk about all of them, but what are your memories of that place and that tournament?
I've got loads of memories, really. The best memory for me was the young lad named Stan, who was in a wheelchair. He was like paralysed. He passed away now. But when I did the 9 darts, I gave him the darts and the dartboard, and he was sat there crying. And it was really touching, that was. So that was a great memory for me.
That was against Chris Mason, right?
Yeah, the first one,
Just remind everyone how much you won for that 9
100,000.
Wow, one leg of darts.
I know, yeah. Stan James, bless him. And then the year after, he put a brand new Mercedes there. I think it was £100,000 Mercedes. But he put the car right by the side of the stage. So every time you were on for it, you kept looking at the car thinking, I'm going to have that in a minute.
Loads of, I mean, you won it 16 times. Is there one that sticks in your mind?
I tell, yeah, it's not the winning so much, it's the losing what gets you. I mean, I've had some great games. I think the last match play for me has got to be the best one, because it was the hardest run.
Yeah.
You know, I had Gavin Price and Barney and Michael, Adrian, Peter Wright. So it was a really tough through,
Yeah.
you know, to get through them rankings. I think my odds then were around 50-1.
Yeah.
It just showed you like the draw was very, very tough.
Yeah, really was. I remember that tournament well, and if I'm remembering it right, did Peter give you
me the walk on last? Yeah.
Did you think then?
Peter was
he's
upset
a bit
little
sentimental.
bit. Yeah, he didn't like me retiring because I was always like inspiring him a little bit because of what I'd done. He says, you inspire me, you want me to make play harder because you keep practicing. Because I was still dedicated, even though I was 58, I was still dedicated. But it's the match play. One match play rings out on me more than anything was Peter Manley beat me and he asked me to sign the board because I used to ask the players to sign the board. I said, will you sign the board for one of the kids in the audience? And he asked me to sign the board. And that turned my career around, that did, believe it or not. Because after that, I won everything.
Because he's done that as a kind of mind game.
Mickey take.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he does. Yeah, he's good at it. It's fun. I mean, when you're competitive, it's not fun. You know what I mean? You get the ump with him. But when now, I mean, I love him to bits now. You know what I mean? We're like really good friends. And it's difficult when you are playing each other. Because he was on all the time. And I used to snap at him.
Where did you rank the World Matchplay as a tournament?
The second best. I do. But my favourite tournament. I mean, the World Championship is always going to be the big one because you're world champion. That's the one people talk about. But the World Matchplay, it was the venue and the area. Plus, with the World Matchplay, it's played in summer. So this Matchplay coming up now, you know, we've got a heat wave at the minute. So that stage is going to be boiling. But during the day, you've got something you can do. You know, you can sit outside. I had my own place up there, you know, at a big lodge. So we could sit outside on nice garden furniture and just enjoy the sunshine and relax. Always the World Championship.
Yeah.
It's winter.
Yeah, of course.
You're stuck in, I mean, if you're not playing on Monday or Tuesday, you're stuck in a hotel for 2-3 days. I'm boring, seriously.
Always fascinated with your preparation because actually a lot of players still just go and get themselves stuck in a hotel in Blackpool, don't they? Where you used to take yourself away, go and prepare privately, quietly, do your own thing.
Yeah, I had my own bed, I had my own pillars, I had my own practice board, which was set up perfect. I mean, I lived on Holiday Park. It was beautiful. I could have lived there full time if I wanted to. It was that nice, you know. 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. It was beautiful. But Blackpool was like an hour away from where I lived, an hour and 10 minutes. So it was perfect. It was like playing at home.
And the crowd kind of sort of were on your side as well most of the time.
Blackpool was always the best dart crowd, always. You know, it got a little bit more boisterous towards the end, like it is. But then it was more, the crowd then were more respectful and more knowledgeable than any other crowd we played in.
Yeah.
You know. It was the best one for me, and the other players will say the same as well.
Well, look, it certainly showed for you because you won it 16 times. Didn't give many of the other players a chance to win it, but here is the roll of honour for the World Match Play. And the next player, Phil, 3 times, Michael van Gerwen.
Michael, yeah,
He's got a few to catch up. Rod Harrington, of course, won it twice back in the day. Everybody else, only one title. It kind of shows how much of an achievement it is for you to win it that many times.
It's not easy. It's exactly the same as winning the World Championship. It really is. The only thing is the World Championship, obviously there's more players now. I don't know how many players Barry's going to put in this year, but the World Match Play is 32 players. So that was the equivalent of winning the World Championship.
And the best 32 players?
Yes, yeah, the one to 32, yeah.
Leg play as well, playing that long format match play. You can kind of crush opponents in that, can't you? You can get some big score lines.
Try and get on them the first 5 legs, because you have a break after every 5 games. So the first 5 legs I always wanted. So if I'd win the ball and give it away, so you go first. And then I'd try and get the first leg off you. Then keep the second leg, so I'm 2-0 up now. And then try and get the third leg off you. So I'm pushing your leg all the time, putting you under pressure all the time. And that's the way I used to practice for do that. And hit you straight away. You know, if it's a boxing match, get straight in and go at him and hit him as hard as you can, as fast as you can.
Whenever you did that, you gave the bull away. Commentators will get quite excited and say, oh, Phil Taylor's played mind games in the practice room there. But for you, that was just a kind of game plan.
I couldn't play mind games with them because they already knew. The best one I ever did, it was me and Kevin Painter. You know what Kevin's like. So Kevin, we were playing at the World Championships at Alexandra Palace. And I go up and I went ball. And Kevin went ball. Kevin to throw first, because you alternate the throw. Yeah. And Kevin went ball, I went ball. I think we had 5 balls on the trot. And then it was me, Kevin to throw, he hit 25, and I went ball. And I went, you can go first, Kev. And he went berserk. Are you kidding me? After all that, and he went mental. Yeah, but I couldn't let him win it, because most of them would say, you go first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I had to go out and win it, yeah. But it's also a sign that you're playing well. You know, so if you can hit the bullseye a few times, you know then your game's on form.
Well, speaking of playing well, how well you tended to play at the Winter Gardens is quite incredible. The statistics are unbelievable. We can see them there. 16 titles we know. You played 107 matches, only lost 8. Ton plus averages in 58% of the matches you played on that stage. That is quite remarkable. And you had an unbeaten run between 2008 and 2015.
We could have done better.
Is that your mindset where you really think about the ones that got away rather than
Yeah. To me, darts is no different than motor racing, football. You know, a motor race will have a car one year and they'll alter the car the next year to make it better. And footballers will have a pair of football boots one year, and then you'll have a better pair the year after. And same with darts. You know, you've got to keep pushing forward, and that's the one thing. I mean, the dart manufacturers love me for it, because when I first started, everybody kept one set of darts for like 30 years, never changed. But I changed all the time, so the manufacturers, their earnings went up with it. You know, changing flights. I mean, remember Keith Shone, who owned Tommy's Darts, when he used that like a big slick stick one, not the slick stick stem, but the flight. It was like not a pear shape, it was like a flatty one when I did the 9 darts against Chris Mason. Yeah. And it was Barry Tromlow, actually, who said, try these. So I did, and I liked them. And Keith Shone said, I had boxes of them with dust on them, couldn't sell a set. And then you go and hit 9 darts, and I've sold every set, and I've had to order more. And that's the power of TV. You know, Luke Littler's sales will be through the roof. I used to be the best seller in darts, and then Luke Littler now outsells everybody.
Yeah, well, everyone wanted to throw like you. Everyone wanted to throw what you threw. Yeah. Well, when it comes to Phil Taylor, there's certainly plenty more to talk about with regard to the World Match Play, and we'll do that after this short break. Welcome back to this Tungsten Talk with Phil Taylor on the World Match Play. Looking at the World Match Play, you mentioned you think about the ones that sort of where you could have done better. Do you remember when you lost that 8-year winning streak? Do you remember who that was against?
Could have been Bob Anderson.
No, later on, 2015 it was. You'd won it 8 years in a row between 20...
Won that 8 years on the row?
Yeah.
Did I?
Match Play.
Peter Manley?
James Wade.
Was it?
In a semi-final, yeah.
I didn't even know James Wade beat me. There you go.
Yeah.
No, I'm not the best one remembering games now. I'm 65 this year. Can't remember my name half the time.
But every time you lost around that point, the media would it'd be a big frenzy.
Yeah.
There's one match, Phil Taylor's finished, he's on the decline now. What did that feel like?
Laughable. Because I never took any notice. I used to say, go on, I'll show you. See if I'm finished next year. Because it did inspire me, see. I never took defeat as a negative thing. I always thought, well, that'll make you better. You know what I mean? So get off your backside. But I also knew why I'd lost.
Yeah.
And I knew that I hadn't put the work in. Them were the times I got beat. And the travelling became more and more. I mean, we come back from the World Matchplay once. I think I'd landed back from Australia about 2 days before I was playing. And I was jet lagged, I was shattered. So you're praying that you get past the first round. And once you get past the first round, you then have 2 or 3 days off to try and catch up and try and get your sleep back in a pattern, which I did. So that won me the match play then.
I remember as well, you did bounce back the year after. I think you beat Michael van Gerwen very comfortably in a final. Actually, Michael was crying on stage when you beat him on that occasion.
Right after as well.
What was it like then?
But he was trying that hard, you know what I mean? It just shows when Michael got upset, how much passion and how much effort he put into it.
Yeah.
You know, he put everything into it, and he did get upset.
Yeah, and it just goes to show as well, like you said, that motivation that you would get from being written off by other challengers like Michael coming along. How long did that fire keep burning for you?
Till I was 57. And the last year was like the longest year in my career because I wanted to finish. I'd had enough then. So the last year, I said to Barry, I had a meeting with Barry, he said, well, just play your card out. You know what I mean? Just go to the tournaments that you want to go till your card runs out. And I went, no, I've finished now, Baz. You know, I was going to Australia for 6 weeks. Went to a few islands, actually. Went Vanuatu, Tasmania. It was lovely, New Zealand. And it was like a trip of a lifetime, but getting paid as well. So I thought, no, I'm finished now. I still played, but I wasn't competitive.
So he was saying, look, just play the majors, keep your ranking.
Just play the majors. In hindsight, I wish I had done now. I wish I'd have done it, because he was right. I mean, Barry's always right where money's concerned and business is concerned. If you want to listen to anybody, listen to Barry Ian, because he will make you a very, very wealthy man.
Problem is, Phil, you'd have probably kept winning the match play and still being in the top four.
Still been in it, yeah, which is not a bad thing, really. I think if I'd have won the match, well, I didn't win the match play. If I'd have won against Rob Cross, that would have been a nightmare for Barry.
What does it take to win that tournament in particular?
A lot of experience, a lot of battle, and a lot of skill. You don't just win the World Match Play. You can't fluke the World Match Play. You have to play well. You know what I mean? It's one of them tournaments. I mean, the World Championship, sometimes you can get through on the draw. Players can get beat at certain times. But the World Match Play, you don't get a break like that. It's a tournament where you go out and win it. You have to play well to win the World Match Play. And also, you got to cope with the heat. And that was one thing I was very good at. Because I used to do a lot of saunas and steam. So I was used to the heat.
How much do you watch darts now, PDC darts?
I watch bits. I tell you what I do mainly, which I love, because I go bed early. I tend to try and work during the day. I keep myself active. So whether I go out on my bike, I've been doing my mate's house up, decorating all through and everything, and tiling and all that kind of thing. Then once that's finished, I'll go back on my bike. And then I bought a sauna, I've got a gym, so I'll start doing a few weights, just to keep my body active. Because when I was sitting about for 12 months, when I had my operation, I had more aches and pains doing nothing than I ever had in my life. I thought, this is no good, you've got to get up. So that's what I do now, I get up. Just been in a hotel for a couple of days now, I'm twiddling my fingers. So I bought a van so I can bring my bike out with me, so I can have a little cycle round. Like if I'd have got it today, I'd have been round Portsmouth today, and I'd have loved it. It's an electric bike, so it does help, you know what I mean, to assist you with pedalling, but it's still good exercise.
But you see the results, you follow it enough to know who's in form.
What I do, I go bed early, but by the time 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'm shattered. And then I wake up about 5:30 in the morning. I love it, that time of the morning now. I love the fresh air in the morning. I have the windows open. But I put YouTube on and I watch the highlights. I love watching the highlights of all the tournaments. So I know what I'm talking about, and it's brilliant. So you're not watching all the match. And the football's the same, or tennis, or golf. So I watch the highlights of it.
Well, we're going to see if you know what you're talking about, because we're going to get your predictions on this year's World Match Play.
A difficult one this year, I think. I think each year now it's hard to predict a winner now.
We don't know who's playing in it yet at the time of recording, but we do know these are the top 8 seeds.
To me, it'll definitely be one of them players. The person I'd love to do well is Christobi. I think he's a great little player, but just misses the doubles at the wrong time, under pressure. Johnny Clayton, as you know, everybody loves John. Capable of winning it, but at the minute I don't think his standard is as good. Nathan Aspinall is a battler, and I think the format suits him down to the ground. James Wade's showing form again now. So James, whether he wins it or not, I wouldn't say, but I think he could do well, get to the semis. Luke Littler definitely can win it. Luke Humphries 100% can win it. To me, it will be one of them two. But the one thing I'm going to be really, really, on the fence with is Michael van Gerwen.
Yeah.
You know, we all know he's had a little bit of trouble in his life with his marriage, and how it affects him, I don't know. I think Michael will bounce back, so everything seems to be fine. I think Michael will show a lot of form in the World Matchplay. So as a bet, I have an outside bet on Michael. I think he'll do really well, yeah, because he'll want to win now.
Do you think we're in an era now where, look, when you played it was Phil Taylor and everybody else? Do you think it's now that, but with two players, the two Lukes and everybody
Luke Humphries and everybody else, and Luke Littler and everybody else, yeah, at the minute. That's the only people they talk about. I mean, everybody talks about Luke Littler. And they don't mention the other players very often now.
I just want to ask about one more player, a player that looks like they might be missing out on the World Matchplay, and that's Michael Smith. And he was world champion and world number one just a couple of years ago. What do you think's gone wrong there?
It's his health, I think. I think he said he got arthritis in his hand. So if he's got that, God bless him, because my mother had it. And I know I don't know what type he's got, whether it's osteo or if he's got rheumatoid, then he's got no chance. Seriously, rheumatoid is one what twists all your fingers and everything. That's what my mother had. Michael will have to control his diet and make sure he takes his medication to keep the pain away.
Final thought on the World Matchplay, just for players playing in it. What would be your one key bit of advice in terms of preparing for that tournament? Go
to the gym and have a sauna, many times as you can, every day. So when you're up there, because the sauna will be in 100 odd degrees, and that stage will be in the 90s. So get a sauna every day if you can, because you've got time, most of them. And make sure you get that ready for the heat.
There we go, Phil Taylor.
And then just imagine when you're sitting in a sauna, that's what you've got to play darts in.
Absolutely. Take your dartboard in the sauna.
Yeah, they let you, yeah.
Yeah, great bit of advice from Phil Taylor, 16-time World Matchplay champion. Plenty more from Phil and from us here on Pluto TV.
They can't shut me up.